Hello, everybody. So, before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and pay respects to the elders past, present and emerging. Today, we are meeting on the Gadigal land of the Eora Nation. I'd also like to make an acknowledgement of lived experience and what we bring to the table, not only in spite of, but because of the challenges that we've faced. Hi, my name's Cheryl, and I'm going to be talking to you about a project that I created and pretty much finished, and it's called the Maroubra Centre Inspiring Recovery Project, and the aim was to transform this community mental health building, which was dull and institutional, into a trauma-informed, calming, safer space for our clients and staff wellbeing. So there is a story behind this. So I started working at Prince of Wales Hospital 5 years ago, and it was my first peer worker role. And I was working there for a couple of months with Steve, who's now my boss, and our other boss said, "Oh, you'll probably be working in community." So I thought, okay, so is that like across the road like St George Hospital, or is it in the same building like Sutherland Hospital, which are also hospitals in our district? And that she was like, "No, it's at Maroubra." And I was like, why would it be in Maroubra? Because it was such a far place away. So I kind of looked into it. And as I said, like with the fact that one of our bases with community mental health was in Maroubra, it meant that we don't get enough resources that are shared between staff. And these are the reasons why part of it is in Maroubra. The other half of community mental health is in the hospital at Prince of Wales. But one thing I noticed is that Maroubra has the highest ED and hospital presentations by suburb in Randwick, local government area. So we did a survey with the consumers to see what they actually wanted with this building, and I'm happy to say that we pretty much did everything except for the gate because there were a lot of resources that we didn't have. We didn't have any money to begin with, so all bits of funding came from scratch. And I started looking into different therapeutic spaces. So this is Sutherland Hospital, which is actually where I present. And Beata, who I'm not sure is here, she said, "Why don't you come down and have a look at this space?" So I went down and I was like, "This is beautiful." And I said, "Maybe we should do this at Maroubra." But then someone said, "You're at Maroubra, so maybe you should try your own theme." So we decided to go with a coastal theme, and we started to get the staff to kind of look at different ways to, improve the aesthetics. So that's them looking at the gate to try and fix it. We also had a barbecue to try and make the gate great. So that's a consumer putting up a plastic cup with some paint. The reason why I gained momentum with this project was because I basically talked to everybody about it for 8 months, and I didn't gain any momentum until I ended up presenting at a big Service and Development Innovation Committee, and I had no experience in presenting, but I pretty much just did this, put pictures up and said, "There's an issue here," and reasons behind why we needed to change it. And one of my reasoning behind it was because I felt like they were putting so much funding into the inpatient units at that point, but they weren't putting any funding into community mental health. So I thought of the revolving door. It was like you go into hospital and now they have like TVs and feature walls and nice, furniture, but then you go back into community mental health where they have CTOs and they have to come back to this building and it looked like a jail. And I was just like, yeah, something needs to change. So this is what it looked like before, the front. This is what it looks like now. It's a quality improvement project, so there's still always going to be things that need to be, improved, especially the gate. We want to rip the gate out and make it open. This is a hallway, so this was big for me because when Steve wasn't my manager, he was my colleague, and we walked into the hallway one day and I was like, "I'm sick of this. There's no pictures on the wall. It looks like a scary movie." And I was like, "I'm going to paint that wall bright blue and I'm going to put a picture on it." And then Steve's like this, "Good luck with that." So I was like, challenge accepted. So now it looks like this.
Oh, that's so much fun.
So this was the backyard. Well, it was actually a driveway, but this is where we had barbecues with our consumers. So I ended up getting a bit of funding from the Randwick Rotary, which was the start of the funding and donations, and now it looks like this. So thank you. We wanted to make it completely multifunctional, so we've got a retractable awning there because the sun hits that area at different times. We've also got a waterproof sail shade, which is the biggest, the best part about it, because that means that you can sit underneath there, whether it's raining or whether it's super hot, and it's always a place that you can go where it's not. The environment doesn't matter. And with this space, we do physical health groups, we do other groups, meetings, barbecues, celebrations, and this is our mini garden. It doesn't look like that now because it's seasonal, but anyway. This is a video conferencing room. This was the first room that we did, and we actually did it quite cheaply because we got a donation from the Prince of Wales Hospital Volunteers Cafe, and this was really important for us to do first because we've got consumers that come into this room and they have tribunal hearings and CTO hearings, and that's a big passion of mine. So we can't afford to have a peer worker at every CTO hearing, but what we can do is we can make the environment nice and calm and welcoming for them. And this is my favourite one. So this is the underdog. This is room 15. It's the smallest room, and the way that it's set up is really like, it's not a square, it's like an L shape. And I was like, I'm going to transform this room into something special. And then one of the clinicians was like, yeah, but we've got a computer in there. But I said, but we don't use the room, so what's the point of having a computer in there? So we changed it to this. I won this battle. So this is the sanctuary. So it's a wellness and sensory room. And it's also completely... what's it called? All the lights change. It's got retractable chairs. It's got a Bluetooth speaker in the roof, which is my favourite. It's got water features. It's got a massage, like a foot massager there. And not only is it's used for everything. It's used for little meetings between colleagues. It's used for client meetings. It's used for colleagues to just sit in there for 5 minutes and regroup. And it's also used for clients to go and sit there when they're distressed. These were pretty good. I wasn't expecting the reaction from the staff and the consumers about these wall prints, but they really worked out. So even the psychiatrist said that the consumers come into these rooms and you can tell that they're a lot more calmer because of everyone's amazed, like everyone takes photos in front of them. So that's really good. These were my main sponsors and donors. I'm not going to have time to actually go into anything to do with this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my email address into the Hoover app, and anyone can contact me, whether by email, and if you're around the centre, I can give you a tour. But the Randwick Rotary and Bunnings are a big help, and they're ongoing sponsors. I didn't put this up to be a wanker. I put it up there because I wanted to show other peer workers what can actually be achieved. And with this particular award, this was in 2021. We finished the project in 2022. So I got this award as a peer worker before the project had even finished. So I just wanted to kind of show you what can be done. These are a few more new additions. So as I said, it's a quality improvement project that keeps on going. And then we're trying to kind of spread the word as much as possible because obviously we all know that therapeutic spaces are really important for our consumers and also staff wellbeing. So I'm actually a mentor and advisor on the Building Bondi Better program, which is a sister mental health youth building. And also a lot of staff members come up to me and ask me for advice on how I did it. And these are my tips for quality improvement. I'm just going to say the last one because I think that's the most important. So, I'll do questions. The last one's the most important to me, which is don't let people dictate your capabilities when they have no idea what you're capable of. Thank you.